Oh my God, where do I start? There should be 7 hits with Rosey, but I only got 3, so I got to start off. What a game, my God. 5 Cobb against the LA Kings. Oh, dominant, man. Start to finish. Where were the Kings? Who's even on their team? I couldn't tell you. It was just a little blob of black and white jerseys doing nothing all night thanks to the dominance of the Leafs. But number one, something they barely talked about in the broadcast. I mean, these goalies right now, they just went back-to-back shutouts. Different goalies, both their record, like, it's scary good right now with these two. Samsonov and Murray, you could not ask for better out of either of them. They're both channeling their best abilities as goalies, one being, a recent first rounder, and another being, a Stanley Cup champion and, a guy with tons of experience under his belt. Name a better goaltending duo in the National League. I'll wait. I mean, look at the last 2 weeks or whatever of experience, and it is quality stuff right now. Number 2 on Rosie's 3 hits. That fight. Who says that fights don't inject energy into a game? There is none more obvious than tonight. I mean, when you're in the stands and a fight breaks out, you feel that little, ooh, what? Everyone's watching and excited to see what the hell's going to happen right in front of your eyes. It's no different than on the bench, and usually, after kind of a slower first period, or say you got, the ice is tilted in your D zone and you can't get out, nothing's going on, you're skating in quicksand, all of a sudden, boom, that fight happens, all that's gone, and the game's up for grabs again. And, with a big insurgent of energy on the bench, the next shift, anything can happen. And what is it, 2 minutes, and there's 3 goals scored after that fight, and, Zach Aston Reese buries a guy, center ice, beautiful hit, all shoulder, didn't catch his head, which is almost impossible to do these days. And no one throws the body anymore because you're scared of getting suspended. Buries him beautifully. Of course, he's got to fight, because if you bury a guy that bad, you got to fight. Gets in a scrap. Obviously, everyone's kind of fired up. You're at home. You're on a tear right now, and they go and just annihilate the team, the shift in 2 after that to make it 3-0, ultimately a 5-0 game. Unreal. Number 3, I mean, this team right now, I'm not getting ahead of myself. I'm not just like jumping on a bandwagon. I've been saying for a while these guys are starting to look more well-rounded, and these are actual character wins. This isn't a fly-by-night, so-and-so gets 4 goals and, catches lightning in a bottle and you win a couple games and the schedule is kind of easy. It's like all across the board. Solid hockey from the goaltending to your stars. I mean, if Austin Matthews isn't doing it, Marner's doing it. If one of those guys isn't doing it, your captain John Tavares is having a career year. If he's not doing it, Nylander's stealing the show. And it's just over and over again, every story with this team is positive and they're going in the right direction. They keep getting better and they're like embarrassing teams. And I'm not trying to get, the horse before the cart here, but I'm not claiming they're going to win the Stanley Cup. But when are you just going to live in reality? Like, this team that is playing hockey right now is so goddamn deep and solid, and we haven't had that in a long time. I know this team's been highly touted for, certain years, and they don't get it done. And everyone says they have glaring holes in their game. They don't have a goalie. Their defenses just can't get it done. They're blowing leads. They're not deep enough. Whatever the case is, right now, this all seems to be non-existent. I really like this roster. I really like the way they're playing. I can't say what's going to happen in the future. Why would I? Even the guys in the room can't say what's going to happen in the future. All you can say is what's going on right now. And I'm challenging my man Nick Alberga right now to say that this team is much, much better than the team last year, or at least the way they were playing, and that this year's playoffs are completely up for grabs. Do you agree, Nicky boy?